everybody, welcome to Positive Energy with Crystals. My name is Hillary, and you can see the setup is a little different today. I wanted to show you my crystal storage, and it wasn't working on the counter, so these are on the floor, and I've got the setup backwards, so the camera's up there, and so this is a little weird. Sorry if it looks scattered or whatever. So, um, storage right now is the main theme of everything we do since we're living in the camper. And not only did my storage for my crystals, I wanted all my crystals with me because you never know what you're going to need. And I wanted them to be able to be easily accessible. They needed to be compact storage, and then the storage itself needed to be kind of compact itself. Easily that I can put it away, easy that I can get to, easy to put stuff around it. It's not going to be in the way. Stuff like that. So, oh, I also wanted to know, uh, I wanted to sort of label my crystals because there's a lot that are similar. And, my collection is growing, and I wanted to make sure that I remember what everything is. So, I wanted an easy way to label them, and I really like this setup. There's a few changes I'm going to make in the future, and I'll explain those here in a little bit. But I really like what I've got so far. So let me start with what I've got. So this one is a big, it's a fishing tackle box tray. This one's kind of cool because it's got, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, you can kind of see it's got where I can do multiple sizes. This is heavy, so I can't hold it up very long. So this one is for fishing tackle gear. And then this one is basically the same thing, but this one was from craft supply store. And this one has got these longer trays here, and then small, like these little tiny ones. This one, I can't do as much adjustment. I gotta quit watching the camera screen because it's kind of messing with me being upside down and backwards. So, just focus on what I'm doing in front of me. So, so this one was specific for craft supplies. And then this one was tackle. They're basically the same, but just a little bit different. And I will say that if I outgrow this box, I'll go to another one similar to this one. But for now, this is what's working. Now, for my big ones, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it. I've got, nope, too close. Hold on. Let me just show you one of these other ones that these are sitting on. So these are ammo boxes. They've got this little thing here for little stuff. And then now this is actually, you can see, this is incense. I've got some candle stuff. This is a container of sand that I use for candle work. And I've got, some ingredients like my black salt and, I don't think I've got any of my herbs in here. I think those I went ahead and put in the cabinet. But it's, mostly incense. If you could smell, I've got vanilla and then Palo Santo, and then I've got some lighters, and there's some other stuff down below. There's mirrors, more incense stuff. So these actually work good for lots of stuff. Let me show you this one I'm kind of proud of too. This one is my tarot stuff. So I've got all my cards and stuff in bags, some books, some other stuff. And then they all fit in there. And then this one over here is my actual. This is where I put I've got bags, which we'll talk about in another video, but this is my big crystals. And the big crystals, then they're each in a bag. This one's stuck. To help protect them more. So here's my big piece of black tourmaline that I've talked about before. And so it's in here, and that protects it. And then I've also got this is the black tourmaline that I did a video recently on. This is got all the pieces that we had in the four corners of our property. And this is kind of cool. This is a piece of petrified wood that my mom had forever. And then this is a piece of petrified wood that my husband's had forever. So those are in this bag. They probably should go in their own bags, but I'm keeping them together. So the big ones are in here just because they wouldn't fit in the others. And then I also, when I'm not using my manifestation bowls, they'll fit in here too. So as you can see, I've got all my magic stuff, I would say, all set up together, and just really organized. So as you can see, I've got pretty much all my magic gear organized and and easy to get to, easy to find what I'm looking for, and just it's easy to, I can stack it out of the corner, but it's also easy, I can get to it pretty easy. So now let me show you. I'm going to show you with the little one. I came up with this numbering system to help with my labeling. You know, I didn't want to put a label on the crystal and, you know, ruin. It's not going to focus. I didn't want it to ruin the crystal, or, you know, get in the way of using the crystal. So what I did, let me see if I can get, nope, turn it around. Let's see if I can make it focus a little more. You see the numbers there? Each tray, or each slot, is numbered. This tray is the, what is this, 39 through 50. So that means this tray is, this would be 1 through 38. So each slot is numbered, and then this is what I'm going to kind of change later. I don't know if this is going to show up at all. Oh yeah, it is. Except I think it's upside down. So you can see I've got the tray number and then what's in it. And you can see there where I've moved stuff around and added and where I've kind of added when I've gotten new ones and found a new home for it. So now I know, I can look and see black tourmaline is in slot 35. And then I added, there's enough room for the pink tourmaline, so I added it in there too. I really like this system. The only thing is this list has kind of gotten sloppy. And when I first did it, we were getting ready to move, and I did it all nice. And then I started buying more and scribbled it on there. And then I didn't like how the slots were a little too full and some were emptier. So I started moving stuff around, or like I ended up with, oh, you can't see that. I gotta get used to this backwards. This slot has labradorite, and then I had labradorite in another spot and didn't really realize it until I was looking for labradorite and couldn't find it. And so there's just been a lot of organizing, but I think I've got it how I want it. And um, I th- I think we're good now that I can finalize this list a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is, if you watch Lisa Papez's tarot channel, she's going through all of her decks, and um, she made a comment on one of my comments recently, that because I was commenting how she's got all of her decks in alphabetical order, and I was just amazed how she could have it all organized like that. I thought that was really cool. And she said she uses spreadsheets to keep them organized, and since they're already in alphabetical order on the spreadsheet, then she had her decks in alphabetical order, and it made it easy for her to find what she wanted and know where to go to get it or to put it away. And I thought that was brilliant. So what I can do, and what I'm going to do, is I will go ahead and I'll have like the slot number. So I'll probably keep mine in numerical order when I print it, because that's how I can easily find it in the system that I've got here. And then I'll have what's in the slot. And then I haven't decided if I'm going to put how many I have, because I tried keeping track of how many I have of each at one point, and it got crazy. And I don't know that it was really helpful at the time. Let's switch trees so you can see. You're not looking at the same ones the entire video. Excuse me. So, on this one is got two lists. I know you can see I've moved. Well, you probably can't see, it's not focused right. That got worse. There we go. So, I don't know if I'm going to. I might. Maybe I should finish the sentence. Hold on. I don't know if I'm going to put how many of each crystal I have. First, I'll get the slot number and what's in it. But if I do it on a Google Sheets in Google Drive, I can print it off and keep it here with my crystals. But I can also have access to it on my phone. And that way, when we're out and I find crystals that I'm thinking about buying, I can see what I have, and what I want, and stuff like that. In that case, I may have to like say that I've got a generator, a tumble, a palmstone, whatever, to kind of help me out too. That way, like if I'm looking at clear quartz like this, I know that I've got two generators, the other generators in a manifestation bowl. I've got 3 tumbled, 3 points, and a pendulum, all in clear quartz. And I think that would be really beneficial for making sure that I remember, not really remember, but when I go to buy more, I know that, like, I'm good on selenite bars. I've got 3 right here, and then I think I've got maybe a sphere and another bar somewhere else. So I know that if I'm going to get more selenite, I remember I've got enough spheres and bars. Don't get any more of those. Get a different shape. um, I'm also good on mookaite. I don't know why. I think there's also some jade in there. So this isn't all mookaite, but I'm good on mookaite. And I think mookaite is really pretty, so I keep buying it. But I think it'll just be easier um, when I'm buying. I know what I've got. I don't have to try to think and picture in my mind what all I have and sometimes I can picture what's in the box, but then I can't picture what's in a bowl or beside my bed or in a bag or something like that. So I think that'll help me stay more organized and um, just keep everything straight. So I'll work on the spreadsheet and then I'll print out a copy. I'll have it on my phone, and I think that'll make this system even better. And this system also helps me, just looking at this tray. I know that I've got 3 gold sheen obsidians, and there's only 2 in here right now. And if I had that spreadsheet, I would know that for a fact, because now I think I've got 4, but I'm pretty sure I only have 3. So I know, just looking at this tray, I know that I've got the gold sheen obsidian out. I know I've got blue calcite out. I know whatever goes in 12, 22, and 12, they're all out. And I know there's I know there's something that goes in with these, and I think I've got more fluorite, because this is a yellow fluorite and then a green fluorite. I know I've got more fluorite, so I can tell, just because I spend so much time with my crystals, that there's stuff that's not in here. So if it's not in a manifestation bowl or in a bag or something like that, I can try to go back and remember what I used it for. And that actually might be something in that Google spreadsheet I just thought of, that I might, either on another page or a different section, say, I've got in this bowl currently these certain crystals. We'll think about that. But for now, we're going to try to stay with, I'm going to focus on the inventory part of it, so I know what I have. So I can see kind of what's missing, and I know, like, this slot's completely empty. It's got some storage stuff. Oh, and that's another thing. Using, I guess, let's go back to this other tray. That one's got using these organza bags, I can wrap up, like, this is my blue calcite here. I can wrap it up, and I know there's actually supposed to be something. Oh, the Super 7 goes in there with it, but it's in a manifestation bowl right now. So I can wrap one up in an organza bag, and the organza bag isn't going to take up much space in the slot, but it'll protect it, because that blue calcite and the Super 7, they fit together in this slot really good. But I don't want either one of them to get damaged. So I can use that bag. Oh, here's another one that, oh, something's not in there. But see, I've got amazonite and sodalite in this slot together, and they're fine. They're, if I really shake it hard, they're gonna probably scratch each other, but just be sitting in there is fine. But let's see, 40. I don't know why I had that bag in there. I'm gonna leave it in there for now. I may have just maybe just because they were kind of moving around, I wanted to keep them from moving around too much. or that's just where that got stuck. I'm not exactly sure right now. And I also try to keep, rough, raw pieces together so they're not going to damage each other. And then, polished ones, I try not to put too many. Oh, see that messing with me. I try not to put too many in together, especially these big pieces. Um, just because if the tray gets moved around a lot, whoops, they could scratch each other, banging against each other and or scratch each other, stuff like that. But whoops, they are for the most part not going to move very much in these trays, especially these little tiny ones. So they're pretty good. I don't have to put organza bags or even little plastic bags in every slot. Mostly the little plastic bags are chips. Like here's some chips of sunstone. Can't really see it very well. I try to keep the chips just so I don't have little pieces everywhere, because the little pieces, they sometimes sneak into other slots. So that is how my storage is working right now. Another good thing about the way I've got this is these two trays, if I decide I want to set out all of my crystals for full moon charge, which I do sometimes, especially right now, before, when we were in our house, I had this, well, I still have this big, huge basket that I would put all my crystals in. And that was kind of nice that I can, reconnect with those crystals any time I charged them. But right now, being in the camper, it's in a campground, it's just not safe. We've got, people everywhere, animals everywhere. I don't trust them sitting outside in that basket. So really right now, I just charge from the window in the kitchen. And I can set these, open up both trays, just set it in the window and charge everything. And then, get the big ones out of the ammo box and set them up. If the big ones don't get charged very often, but if I want to, I can take them out and just set them on the counter. But this way, at night, just set them up like this. In the morning, they're all good. Just close it and put it away. It also, this system, it's easy. What am I trying to say? It's easy to use as dual use, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I've got them, these all stacked up, and I can stack other stuff on it. Now that can be a bad thing also, because then, if I want to get to something like in the bottom tray or even the bottom ammo can, sometimes I've got two ammo cans, these, and then a few other things stacked on top. So it's easy to stack on top of it, which is both bad and good. It's good that, it's out of the way and I can, it's not just stacked in the corner and you can't do anything with it. I can put other things on top of it. The bad thing is those other things on top of it, it makes it really easy to just keep stacking. And something, when I want to get to something else, it's a pain. But, this is working good for right now. Now, in our house, I was starting this system, and when we do get our new house, I'll keep this system just because this is really convenient. when we had the house, I had a slot in our coffee table that I could stick these in. So they were easy to get to, and um, then the big ones were most of them were placed around the house for display, by the front door or outside at the four corners of the property. So the bigger ones are usually displayed. So when we get a new house, it'll probably go back to the same system. I'll keep these, and then the the big plano box or ammo box, sorry, will probably be less. The ammo box situation will probably hopefully change, but these, I think I'll keep these because I really like that I can, open up a tray, see what I've got. If I decide I want to work with a crystal, but I don't know which one, I can open up the tray and just see what I'm drawn to at that moment. Or if I'm looking for something specific, I can open up trays and see. Plus, then they're labeled, and I don't have to put a label on the crystal, um, or put them in separate bags. They're easier to get to look at all that from here. Plus, I really like that idea of when I'm out buying crystals, or if we just happen upon a crystal store and I wasn't really thinking about buying anything, I can see what I've got real easy from my phone. So I'm really, really liking that idea, and I'm going to start working on that pretty soon. But so this is what I am using for storage currently. If you have any questions about this, let me know. If you want to see my finished spreadsheet, what I come up with it, let me know that. I'll share that with you. Um, if you like this video, please like it. Subscribe to get notifications for when I've got new videos out. Let me know if you got any questions, and I'll see you next time.